So the new movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is almost out. It's having its previews now and I've had the privilege of being able to see it. Sadly though, the soundtrack is not yet out and probably won't be until the movie has been officially released. But based on my admittedly shoddy memory and the notes that I made shortly after I came out of viewing it, I'm going to give you my review of both of them right now. And FYI, there might be some spoilers ahead, but nothing big, hopefully. And I'm going to start it right about now. Now first off, I know a lot of people have said this already, but it is truly a mind-blowing movie, both visually and audibly. The animation on screen is brilliantly diverse and the score really supports this. It's a lovely blend of Western orchestral film scoring and hip-hop, with a lot of electronic elements weaved into it throughout. There were some massively energetic cues there, really heart-pumping stuff. And as far as I can remember, all the cues were really distinctive in their own way as well. And it shows off this wonderfully vibrant New York. A couple months ago on Twitter, I actually said that we could end up with multiple new Spidey motifs from this movie. And though, as far as I can remember, that's not really the case, Miles Morales' Spider-Man theme is epic, heroic, and brilliantly uplifting. It's a thoroughly forward-thinking Spider-Man theme. But I guess if Giacchino's Generation Z Spider-Man Homecoming theme shows the innocence of this guy growing into this role, then Pemberton's really captures this new generation of Spider-Man beyond Peter Parker, looking into the future but with the promise of growing into the maturity that Paisano's Spider-Man theme has. And speaking of the PS4 game, there are some really nice little nods to that and the Raimi trilogy, and even on one occasion the MCU. Just little things in the background, little Easter eggs that you can just pinpoint, and oh, it was a nerd's paradise. And the score doesn't seem to miss a beat with that, sorry. If this film feels a little bit like a mishmash of the MCU, the Raimi trilogy, and Sony's other attempts at Spider-Man, but still feels unique, then I guess the same can be said for the score. You can recognise all these distinct musical influences and what they might represent, but they still come together to form this nice, cohesive soundtrack. And there was some very good spotting for the soundtrack as well. There's a great moment where Miles is testing out his new abilities, so he climbs to the rooftop of a tall building, stands on the very edge about to jump, the music is building, it's telling us he's gonna go for it, and then the next shot is him running down the stairwell again in complete musical silence. And then he goes to another rooftop, and you think he's gonna go for it this time, and then the same thing happens. And there's a really lovely variety of textures in this score that you don't hear in a lot of soundtracks at the moment. This score has a really nice variety of it. Particular moments that come to mind is when the score's quite thin and he's at school and he's keeping everything to himself, very reserved, just trying to play it cool. But then of course later on it's spectacularly rich and bombastic as he's having this final boss fight. All in all, Pemberton's soundtrack is a magnificent addition to the roster of new Spider-Man themes we've had over the last 18 months. And we really have been blessed with some magnificent Spidey moments this year. And the score is just as spectacular as the animation, the storyline, the sound design, everything else we're seeing and hearing in this movie. That's unless my memory has completely failed me and I've completely misremembered everything. So I want to know, have you seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse yet? And what did you think of the music? Or what did you think of what you can remember of the music? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and share with anyone else you think might enjoy it. Any Spider-Man fans you might know, any other superhero or animation nerds you might know. And if you're new here, it would be amazing to have you subscribe so you can get more reviews, behind the scenes stuff, and more incredible stories about music and moving image.